Hi, I'm Esmeralda, but most people call me Ralda. And the first thing you should know about me, I'm a total brainiac. I love reading, solving problems, and challenging my mind. But for some reason, that makes me the class weirdo. Like, there was this one time in class when I was 15. My math teacher put this crazy equation on the board. Everyone looked at it like it was written in an alien language. But me? I yawned. Literally. All right, class, solve this, and you'll get an extra 30 marks for your next exam. I'll give you 1 hour. I'll need about 1 second. Very funny, Esmeralda. But math takes time, and done. The answer is 3,642. She's right. At that confirmation, my class was in chaos. She's a witch! And this is why no one invites her to parties. Sorry for having a brain, everyone. Sure, they hated me for being too smart, but when it came to competitions, maths, science, even arts, they needed me. With my bestie Annie by my side, we always won. Annie and I were 2 peas in a pod. Our brilliance made us really popular at school, but it also intimidated people. Guys avoided us like the plague, much to my mom's dismay. Quick introduction about my mom. She's like a teenager in an adult body. She always encouraged me to be more like my big sister, Eva, who was prettier and popular among the boys, but nowhere near as smart as me. I was actually in the same class with her because I skipped 2 grades. Go figure. There you are, skipping the picnic again? How will you ever get a boyfriend if you're always cooped in here? The Smiths have a cute son you will like. Mom, you've set me up with like 20 guys this month. Mom was set on matchmaking me with her friend's sons, hoping for a teenage romance. And Eva supported her because she was the typical big evil sister who loved to see me uncomfortable. The boys were always too dim for me, but Mom never gave up, so I played along like a good daughter. Sweetheart, meet Keith. He loves reading just like you. Oh, what do you read? Manga? You? Manga? Was this guy for real? Science books. Oh, I know some science facts. Did you know the sun is a planet? Science facts? More like science fiction. Actually, the sun is a G-type main sequence star composed primarily of hydrogen and helium, and it generates energy through nuclear fusion. Everyone was gaping, and my mom looked like she wanted to kick me. I'll go meet up with the others. See you around. I knew I was in deep soup with Mom, but no way was I dating a human potato just to please her. The second we got home, she pounced, but I was ready. What was that? Keep showing off and you'll end up 60 years old, still single with cats for babies. So what? I should dumb myself down to get a boyfriend? Yes, please. Not happening. There's gotta be someone who likes me as I am. Maybe some ugly nerd like you. Better an ugly nerd than a hot idiot like all your boyfriends. I tried to shut out their words, but really it bothered me. Was there a guy out there who saw my brains as an asset, not a problem? I decided to stop caring, but then he appeared. It was our final year of high school. Annie and I were busy solving equations for fun, when a horde of girls rushed past us like they just saw a celebrity. Where is he? Another girl flashed us a blurry phone pic of a tall guy with black hair. Whoever he was, I knew the type. Pretty face, 0 brain. I was still trying to process what kind of mass hysteria I had just witnessed when a guy that fit the blurry image we just saw jumped out of the closet. Are they gone? I've never seen a guy that handsome in my life, and judging by Annie's face, neither had she. Oh no, not another one. Look, before you faint or scream, just know I'm not signing autographs today. So shoot, go away. And just like that, all perfection turned to ash. Excuse me? Who on earth do you think you are? You're a superstar. Did he say my? My superstar? The guts of this guy. More like a super closet goblin, or a super vain guy who spends hours gelling his hair in front of a mirror. That hit his ego a little. We left him there, baffled. But when we got to class, I realized that Annie seemed to have been out of it. Earth to Annie. Oh my gosh, do you even realize who we just saw back there? A runaway janitor with an ego problem? Are you serious? That was Liam Cross, as in the Liam Cross, award-winning singer, actor, model? It turns out my new arch-nemesis was a world-famous superstar, and I was the only one who didn't know him. Great. I'm his biggest fan! I have all his photos on my phone! He'll never notice girls like us, but a girl can only dream, right? Right. I had never seen this fangirl side of Annie, and thanks to me, she might never get that autograph. While she dreamed of Liam noticing her, I prayed to never see him again, but fate had other plans. Everyone, welcome Liam. Liam, pick a seat, please. Anywhere of your choice as our special student. I prayed he'd sit far away, but then... There. Way to answer prayers, Sky Lord. Hope you don't mind, closet goblin. I opened my mouth to retort, but froze when I noticed Eva was watching me, her eyes burning with hate. But she didn't keep me guessing about what her deal was. I don't know what witchcraft you pulled, nerd, but stay away from Liam. He's mine. Hello to you, too. I'm serious? Whatever you did, undo it. He's mine. Mine! Was my sister for real? Fine. Abracadabra. The rock star janitor is free from my spell. All yours. I didn't want any trouble with Eva, so I made a mental note to avoid Liam as much as possible. And was successful for some time, until the universe pulled a number on me. Our final exams were in a week, but instead of studying, Eva and Mom had the brilliant idea of throwing a neighborhood party. I couldn't concentrate there, so I went to the school's library to read instead. Suddenly, the lights flickered out, and I realized I wasn't alone. A sudden thud echoes from a dark corner of the room. Ah! Who's there? Either the library was haunted or someone else was here, but I wasn't going down without a fight. I have a weapon, and I will use it! Just as I was ready to strike, the lights flickered back on, revealing... Ah! Liam!
Were you about to beat me with that?
Depends. Are you the candy man?
No, I was here to study. It's the only place I get some peace.
You study?
Wow, just because I'm famous doesn't mean I'm dumb, you know.
Oh, really? What exactly are you studying? Better not be some comic book.
Advanced calculus. Deriving the rate of change for a 3-variable function. You?
I fought hard to hide how impressed I was. Quantum mechanics. Light can't pick between being a particle or a wave, so yeah, kinda busy.
Guess that makes 2 of us. What do you say? Let's study together.
For the first time in my short life, I genuinely enjoyed a guy's company. I had judged him as another arrogant celebrity, but I was so wrong. He even had his driver drop me off at home. Thanks for the ride.
Anytime. Hey, there's this arcade I sneak into. Want to come this weekend?
I was nodding my head before he finished. Yes! Sure, I'll destroy you.
It's a challenge. See you Sunday, Ralda.
I forced back the shiver on how he called my name and bounced into my house, only to find Mom and Ava had been eavesdropping on us all along. Real mature, guys. You and Liam? How? Why? What is happening? Relax. We just got stuck in the library during the storm. He was studying. Liam? Studying? With you? That's impossible. He's too what? Too good looking to have a brain? Mom, tell Ralda to back off. Liam's mine. They're even planning a date. Ralda, maybe you should rethink this. Of course, Mom always took sides with Eva. Rethink what? We're just friends. Hanging out doesn't mean we're dating, and even if we were, what? He's too good for me? Sweetheart, I just think Eva and Liam make more sense together. They both have that effortless charm. And I don't? You're just, different. That word. Different. It had never felt like a compliment. Go ahead, Mom. Call me a weirdo like everyone else. You know, sometimes I wonder if I'm truly your daughter. I was done letting Mom push me around. Ralda! So, against their wishes, I went to the arcade to meet Liam. He had paid the arcade off, so it was just 2 of us.
Because if anyone recognizes me, I'll be mobbed.
One of the perks of being famous, I presume.
Come on. Ready to get beat?
The time at the arcade was the best I had had in a while. I won some, he won some. The day went by so fast, and before I knew it, Liam was walking me to my door, but I wasn't ready to say goodbye yet.
I had fun today.
Me too. And then, somehow, we were wrapped in a hug. I felt warm, steady, safe. The sudden burst of camera clicks made us tear away. Oh my, you two are perfect together. Hold still, just one more. Oh, young love. Mom, what are you doing? Ralda and her boyfriend sitting on a tree. K-I-S. Mom, we're not Liam, right? I just want you to know you have my blessings.
Thanks, ma'am. I'll remember that.
How did Mom go from warning me about Liam to encouraging us? Then I got it. This was her silent apology for last night. I happily linked arms with Mom and we made up. Just as we happily walked inside, we saw Eva standing there, watching us. Mom, you're taking their side? Sweetheart, I thought you wanted Liam for me. You would have to look elsewhere, Eva. I don't want you two fighting over a boy. Your sisters first. For once, Mom stood up for me over Eva, but it wasn't my happy ending yet. In the whirlwind of my new Mom-approved friendship with Liam, another friendship was slipping away. Hey, Ralda, my brother's throwing a party this weekend. You have to come. Annie, I already have plans. It's Liam again, isn't it? Gosh, she made it sound like I was cheating on her. I told Liam we'd check out the new park. Look, he's just playing with you. Guys like him don't roll with nerds like us. You better wake up. That's not true. He really likes me. Annie, I'll make it up to you, I promise. Movie night today? Whatever. I promised myself I'd call her later when she'd hopefully cooled off. But I totally forgot when Mom took us out for dinner to celebrate her promotion. To finally moving up in the world. Everything was going well, except for Eva's apparent ongoing grudge for me. I wouldn't put it past her to poison me. The moment the thought left my mind, my face started itching and my throat began to tighten. Mom, something's wrong. Ralda! I would have blamed Eva for what was happening, but I knew better. I had experienced this before. It's our seafood allergy! The last thing I remembered was Mom calling an ambulance and Eva recording a video to show the doctor. And then, darkness. As scary as the reaction was, recovery was a breeze. I was discharged the same day. Annie visited after I told her, but I kept it from Liam. I didn't want him to see me like this. Wow, I mean, I know you told me it was bad, but seeing it? Geez, Ralda, that's next level allergy. Thanks for the words of comfort. I'm getting snacks. I was just relieved I was getting along with everyone. Annie, Liam, even Ava seemed to have cut me some slack. What I didn't know was that it was the calm before the storm. The next morning at the school assembly, I was barely listening as the principal droned on when I noticed something odd. What? Something on my face? Instead of responding, the giggling and pointing at me only worsened. I glanced over at someone's phone and felt my breath leave me. The video! My swollen, lumpy face from yesterday. My worst moment had gone viral. Attention, students. Our school has a very special student. She may be a genius at math, but she's clearly failing in attractiveness. Liam, is Miss Mutant Face really your type? Everyone burst out laughing, and I desperately searched for Liam to see his reaction. I couldn't stand the disgust on his face, so I ran out of the hall. Eva had to be the one behind this. She's been against Liam and I since day one. When I saw her, my fury exploded. What on earth is wrong with you? Excuse me? You leaked my allergy video. I knew you were petty, but this? You'd humiliate me over a boy? Look, I won't lie. I've been jealous of you. You're younger but smarter, always ahead. It's embarrassing. And yeah, maybe I hated that sometimes, but I'd never do this to you. You're still my baby sister. Something about Eva's tone convinced me that she couldn't be lying. Then, who? The night Annie came over, I noticed someone copied a file from my phone. I didn't know what it was because the history was deleted, but maybe you should ask Annie. My stomach twisted into knots. But she's my friend! At Eva's urging, I confronted Annie. You did it, didn't you? You sent that video. You humiliated me in front of everyone. Why? Yes, I did it. Want to know why? Because you broke the cis code. We were supposed to be the same. The nerds, the outcasts. But then you got him, Liam frickin' Cross, the only guy I've ever loved. You betrayed me. You're sick. Liam and I are just friends. Apologize now or I'm reporting you. Go ahead. You have no proof, no witnesses. It's my word against yours, babe. Before I could respond, Ava and her friends popped out as planned. Actually, it's our word against yours.
We heard everything, Annie.
And now we have proof. Annie couldn't lie her way out of the offense. She was suspended the next day. With that dust settled, I couldn't bring myself to see Liam. I couldn't shake the thought that he must see me differently after what happened. But one day he caught me.
Rada, wait! Can we talk?
If this is about that vid...
I don't care about that stupid video. Seriously, do you think I'd stop liking you over an allergy reaction? I tried checking on you, but you kept running away.
Because I thought you'd be disgusted.
Not even close.
My heart was racing.
So, everyone keeps assuming we're dating. What do you say we make it real? After all, we have your mama's blessing already, right?
Don't feel pressured to pretend to be someone you're not. There will always be someone out there who loves you for who you truly are. So just be you.
Hey, I'm Hanny, and this isn't just any story. It's the kind that turns everything you think you know upside down. See that girl over there? Not me. That's my twin, Danny. We may look exactly the same, but trust me, that's where the similarities end. She's perfect. I'm not. And it's been like that since we were kids. When we were little, Dad used to take us to the beach. And there was one game I loved more than anything. Daddy, look at my sandcastle. Oh, honey, that is so cute. Daddy, look at mine. Wow, that looks like an actual castle. I can even walk inside it. Yep, I used engineering principles to build. Come on, I'll show you around. Then Dad started praising Danny's giant sandcastle, completely forgetting I was standing right there. Maybe that's when the seed of rivalry between my sister and me first took root. Everything I could do, Danny could do better, sometimes without even trying. We had this science assignment at school called the Egg Drop Challenge. You know, where you have to build something that keeps a raw egg from cracking when you drop it from, like, a building. Sounds silly, right? But I took it very seriously. Great news! I have finally figured out the egg drop. It was 2 weeks of hard work, but I think mine is going to kill it. Wonderful! Danny, I didn't see you working on yours. Oh, I already figured it out 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago? Like the week we got the assignment? Actually, the day we got the assignment. And yep, her project won. Ugh, Danny always made me feel so blah. She knew everything, nailed everything. People say I sound jealous. Blah, blah, but I'm not. Just frustrated. I mean, if your twin was perfect and popular and you weren't, wouldn't you feel the same? As I was walking down the school hallway, suddenly, hey, Hanny, where's your sister? Wait, how do you know it's me and not her? I mean, it's easy. You are you and she is she. See? You see what I mean? Ugh! Well, it is what it is. I had to just focus on doing my own thing. Wait, what is my own thing again? She got the spotlight. I was just the shadow. To be honest, our relationship became very rocky. Who has the strength to listen to all that endless showboating? Hey sis, a boy gave me 2 tickets to see that movie you've been talking about. What? This has been sold out for months. I know. Some guy I met online tried to impress me with movie tickets. His dad's a film producer or something, but I told him I'd rather go with my sister. You mean the son of the producer of this movie wants to date you and you keep saying no? Yep. Let's go watch the movie together. Nah, thanks. I have homework. What homework? We don't have homework. I'm busy. Go to the movie with a producer guy. Okay. All the good things in life seem to belong to her. The friends, the cute guy, the fame. By the age of 15, Danny was already running a podcast called Here Comes Your Best Friend, where she helped people open up and understand their feelings. She became one of the most sought-after teens with a massive fan base. And me? I had nothing. Until one day, something happened that changed everything. It was the weekend, and our parents were attending a wedding out of town. My sister and I were minding our business at different corners of the house when suddenly a hurricane hit. It was so terrifying that I instinctively ran to my sister, but I found her in the hallway on the way to my room. Oh, I just wanted to be sure you're not too scared. I know you hate thunderstorms. Me too. We sat there in silence for a while, and the storm kept getting heavier. I am so scared. It's okay, sis. I got you. Come sleep in my bed. As long as we have each other, we'll be okay. That night, we snuggled into her bed, and it felt just like old times, when we were little, and loved each other. I forgot about the storm and slept peacefully. In the morning, the storm had passed, and our cell service was finally back. I woke up to the sound of endless notifications on Danny's phone. Everyone wanted to make sure she was safe. I checked mine, and the only messages were from my parents and grandparents. I instantly felt a pang of hurt. So nobody else in the world besides my family cared if I was okay? Was I really that irrelevant? The rage boiled in me as I walked towards getting breakfast. Phew, that took forever. Almost 1 million messages. Ooh, cereal. Can you make me a bowl? Ugh. Hey, Hanny, what exactly is your problem? All I do is be nice to you, and this is what I get? So sorry, I am a charity case that you need to be nice to. Enough of this nonsense. What is your problem? My problem is you. You pretend like you care about me, but you're just there enjoying your perfect life and being famous without me. Perfect life? You think my life is perfect? Hanny, you can walk a mile in my shoes. Oh, really? Let's find out. We are the same size after all. You have no idea what you're asking for. Yeah, right. Being super famous is so hard. Fine. Tomorrow, you will be me and I will be you. You want to walk in my shoes? You got it. Hey, besties. Shh. It's me, Hanny. I'm going to be Danny today. We made the switch. Danny gave me a makeover this morning. Well, not much of a makeover because, hello. We are literally the same person. Anyway, I would be running the podcast, her IG, and everything else. I started the day responding to thousands of emails from fans. Then I prepped for the podcast episode I'd be recording later and headed for school. And guess what? Everyone in the hallway said hi to me. Hi, Danny. Nice episode yesterday. Nice glow today. In class, every classmate wanted to know what I thought. I had never felt so seen. It was shaping up to be the best day of my life when I heard my name over the speakers. Danny, come to the front desk now. I was excited, thinking something amazing was waiting for me. But the moment I reached the front desk, I saw 2 tall men standing there, waiting for me.
Miss Danny, we are here to take you to your appointment. We already have permission from the principal.
What appointment?
We had this appearance booked for weeks now. Did you not check your calendar?
Oh man, I forgot to check Danny's calendar. Of course I remember. Lead the way. I tried calling Danny to ask what this appointment was about, but I couldn't reach her. I had to relax and get ready to freestyle when I got there. We had been driving for over 20 minutes when Danny finally called back. Hey, I've been calling you. Why didn't you give me a heads up about today's appointment?
What appointment?
Suddenly, Danny's voice turned unusually serious. She told me I was in danger and had to get out of the car, no matter what. Stop the car! Who are you?
We're from Kaz Oil, and we know who you are.
What? Of course you do. I am Danny. I am famous. Get me out of here.
No, we know who you really are, and we're taking you to fix your mess.
The driver started speeding, and I was terrified to my bones. Suddenly, a deer ran across our car, and he pumped the brakes to avoid hitting it. As soon as they stepped out to check the car, I slipped out the front door and ran as fast as I could. All those PE classes finally paid off because I ran so fast they couldn't catch me. What did those guys mean or want? Just as I was hiding in a narrow alley, a hand suddenly grabbed mine. Ah, let me go! The stranger suddenly covered my mouth. As I slowly opened my eyes, I realized it was Danny. How did you find me? That doesn't matter right now. Henny, things are dangerous. You need to go home now. I'll handle this and come back later. Just as I was about to stop her, it was already too late. In a flash, the two men grabbed her and sped off, leaving me frozen in horror. I immediately grabbed an Uber and followed them. Then I saw Danny and the two men get out of the car and walk into a mansion that looked like it came straight out of a horror movie. I quietly followed them and hid behind a door, just enough to see everything unfold.
It took months to figure out it was you, you know. Over 50 hackers are working around the clock to break your firewall. Imagine my disappointment to find out you're just a 17-year-old diva with a savior complex.
Actually, 15, sir.
Your nonsense has damaged the reputation of my company. We've lost so much money. Investors are pulling out, and you have to fix it right now.
That was a passionate speech. Let me think.
No. All right, Miss Doom. Let's play.
That man was the CEO of Casoil, the biggest fuel company in the US. I'd seen him on TV before. Wait, did he just call her Miss Doom? A mysterious hacker who exposed corrupt companies for destroying the environment. Her last expose tanked the entire oil market after revealing how they dumped waste into the ocean and killed marine life. People admired her, but no one ever knew her identity. Until now. I felt shivers run down my spine. My sister Danny was more than a pretty face on the internet. She was also a warrior fighting for the environment and the future of our planet. Even in the face of danger, she was not backing down. I suddenly felt ashamed. I had to help her. I pulled out my phone and secretly live-streamed their entire conversation. Of course, keeping the camera turned away from Danny to protect her anonymity.
I will tell you how this is going to go. You're going to log into that thing you call a website and retract everything you said about us before things get ugly.
Just to be clear, am I retracting because I lied or because you're threatening me?
Listen, brat, I don't care. All I know is my boys will keep you here until every trace of Casoil's dirt is wiped from your sight. If not, it won't just be you. Your whole family will be in danger.
This is kidnapping and intimidation!
Then I would like to see you call the police.
It's time for me to reveal myself. No need. I already did.
Who? What?
Henny, why are you... Oh, you didn't know there are two of us? Boy, your hackers did a lousy job. Now, let me tell you how this is going to go down. I live-streamed your whole threat to a 15-year-old for the world to see. The police are on their way, so no need to run. Just sit pretty and wait. And then the police siren started screaming.
How the hell did you not know she's a twin? You idiots! Now we're all going to jail!
As soon as the police stormed in and took down the criminals, I ran to Danny and threw my arms around her. Thank you so much! How did you know to come save me? I followed you all the way here. Why did you have to be so reckless? There were other ways. They threatened our family. I thought I had to handle it alone. It was risky, but I've never been prouder of you. You have been carrying the burden of being Miss Doom and fighting for our environment. And I realized I should have done more to include you in my life. I never noticed how lonely your world must feel. I was nearly invisible today. I'm so sorry. To be fair, you actually tried to include me, but I was just too jealous. Well, this time I won't let you say no. Would you like to co-anchor my podcast? Please? I would love to. We hugged, and the warmth of it brought both of us to tears. Let's go home, sis. After that day, the Casoil scandal was all over the news. Danny and I weren't just praised as brave whistleblowers, we also became co-hosts of the podcast, Here Comes Your Best Friend. Going to school, hanging out, and doing everything together, it made life feel more alive and colorful than ever. Hello, everyone. I'm Danny. And I'm Hanny. Welcome to another episode of Here Comes Your Best Friends.
Hi, I'm Isla from South Carolina. I have a twin sister, Priska, who may look like me, but that's it. Besides that, we are nothing alike. I'm more grounded and chill. Meanwhile, Priska's idea of fun meant all sorts of betting games, hoping to become a billionaire overnight. She skipped school almost every day just to gamble away her lunch money. And every time my parents would have to go find her and drag her home themselves. Then, of course, came the same old argument.
This is the 4th time this week you've skipped classes already, Priska. You're grounded for a year and kiss your allowance goodbye.
A whole year? Isn't that too harsh?
She's like this because you keep spoiling her.
And right on cue, it became Mom versus Dad, instead of Mom and Dad versus Priska. But this time, things escalated. Mom suddenly clenched her chest, went pale, and fainted. Mom! The doctor said Mom fainted due to a heart condition triggered by emotional stress. It's all Priska's fault.
Don't look at me.
Who else would I look at? You stress everyone out.
It's not like I enjoy losing money every day either. I'm trying to stop, I swear.
But she only got worse. Our parents' marriage grew strained because of her. But they're not the only ones affected by her bad habit. Everywhere I went, people thought I was Priska. People she owed money to. People she scammed. At school, on the streets, everywhere, almost every day. One time, I almost got stalked all the way home by someone who I'm sure Priska didn't pay back their money. Almost.
Isla, what happened?
The neighbor's dog is chasing after me. Had to run. I lied every time just so they wouldn't get needlessly stressed out again. But Priska always knew. You should be more careful when walking home from school. And you know all too well, huh? Why don't you stop this addiction? Can't you see how horrible this is?
I've picked up another job. I'll pay them, okay?
Please, don't tell Mom and Dad. I'll change, I promise.
I wanted to believe it would all end soon, so I endured for a while. But sooner or later, it was always going to blow up in my face. One day after school, I noticed a car following me. Again. No doubt they're Priska's debt owners. I tried to lose them, but nothing worked. They got me just as I reached the door. Then I couldn't hide from Mom and Dad anymore.
Who are you? Who am I? The man your daughter stole from.
That's impossible. Isla doesn't steal.
Mom, he thinks I'm Priska. They've been after me for days.
What do you mean, think? You're Priska! Sir, I think there's been a mistake.
In the end, Dad had to pay off Priska's debt. But one thing was clear. Her gambling habit had spiraled out of control.
You not only put yourself, but our entire family in danger.
I was going to pay them back, I swear.
Mom and Dad shared a look of despair. Priska had crossed the line.
Priska, dear, we'll have to send you away for rehab. It's for your own good.
But Priska wasn't having any of it. I just wish she would accept the help instead of pushing everybody away. The next morning, I woke up to see my parents stand around Priska's empty bed.
Isla, oh gosh, Priska, your sister is gone.
She left a note.
You all want me out of your hair? Fine. We need to find her.
We've asked people to keep an eye out and let us know if they spot her anywhere. In the meantime, we'll help you build a life of your own. You don't have to worry about covering up for Priska anymore.
But no matter how hard we looked, Priska was nowhere to be found. Soon enough, time flew by and I graduated high school. I got accepted into a college in Ontario, 30 hours from home. It was a fresh start for me. I looked forward to making lots of memories. Well, things got interesting, all right. Just not in the woohoo adventure way. A broody, handsome stranger was glaring at me like I owed him something. Wait, owed? Was I being mistaken for Priska again? No, it couldn't be. We were days away from home. But alas, I kept running into him. Later, I learned that his name was Luca, and everywhere I went, he was there glowering. My roommate Sally had a theory about the situation, the kind you get from watching too much anime. A secret admirer, she said, with longing looks of admiration. Cute story, huh? Yeah, no chance. No guy squinted their eyes and frowned that hard when looking at a girl he liked. I knew eventually I'd have to confront him, but before I could act, he'd already beat me to it. I was heading out for some groceries when suddenly this fancy car blocked my way. It was Luca's car.
Get in. We need to talk.
No thanks. I'm not in the mood to get kidnapped.
Fine, I'll get out.
This guy was towering over me. I felt like an ant standing before him. Seriously, what's your deal, dude?
The world's a small place, huh? Where's the money?
Excuse me?
Don't play dumb with me, Priska. I lent you the money because you're a friend of a friend. But who would have thought you'd just run away with it?
Oh my days. It all made sense now. But the last thing I needed was Priska's problems following me once again. Can we go somewhere more private? I was desperate to make him understand that I was only Priska's twin. I gave him my ID card, student ID, and even old photos of me and Priska together, but...
Not buying it. You're a scammer, Priska. Who's to say you didn't fake all that?
You didn't even look! Fine, I'll call someone to confirm.
Nice try. You probably have a whole crew in on the scam with you too.
Great, now I'm in a crime syndicate? Seriously? What am I supposed to do? I don't even have a quarter of what she owed you.
Then let's visit your parents. Surely they can pay.
Nuh-uh. No way was I dragging them into this disaster. They're already worried sick that we couldn't find Priska. If they knew she was in massive debt again? No, I'll get a part-time job. Give me 5 months. I'll pay you back.
5 months? Why would it take so long?
Well, with my college classes, even if I tried to take up 2 jobs at a time, the average wage will only get me so far. The more I explained, the more his rich kid smug face twisted into a hilariously confused expression.
That can't be true. I just put up a poster for a housekeeper with a starting salary of at least twice that amount.
Yeah. If you know it so well, why don't you help me find a job paying that much? As soon as I finished the sentence, he tilted his head and gave me a smirk. Yep, you've guessed it. I was to work off the debt as his housekeeper. I didn't have much of a choice. For a student, he lived like royalty. One look and anyone could tell he was born into money. Working for him was pure torture. I scrubbed, mopped, dusted, and yet he never ran out of work for me. Like one time, he told me to hand wash a whole mountain of clothes. Luca, these clothes are already clean. Like fresh laundry clean.
Is that so?
He got up and, to my horror, wiped his greasy pizza hands all over them.
Now they're not.
I wanted to dump the entire basket onto his smug face, but I promised myself I'd get through 3 months of this as coolly as possible. Then, one day, things took an unexpected turn when I came in for work as usual and found him in the kitchen struggling to make himself a simple cup of tea. He was shivering like a leaf, down with a fever. You know hospitals exist, right?
I already took a pill. I'll live. The kitchen needs cleaning, by the way.
Wow, even in this state, you're still a jerk. Maybe if you're nice to me for once, you'll get better. I wanted to leave that arrogant guy alone, I really did. But when I looked over and saw how vulnerable he looked, I didn't have the heart to. I was playing nurse and I didn't even know why. Maybe I thought of Priska and hoped someone out there was being kind to her too. Or maybe I just couldn't stand seeing him all weak and helpless. Either way, after that day, something shifted between us. He started being nice. He gave me less work and actually joined in to help. We even had fun watching movies and chatting with each other. I may not know why he changed, but I enjoyed this new Luca much more. Before I knew it, he was taking me out. It felt like going on dates. I'm scared of heights.
Just hold on to me. I'm here for you.
Neither of us said it, but we both knew we were falling for each other. I felt like I was on cloud 9, only it wasn't for long when things came crashing down. I'd just finished making us lunch and was about to call Luca in the next room when...
What? Priska owed you money too? Bro, that sucks. I wish I could help you out, but I haven't found Priska either.
What? Seemed like he was on the phone with a friend, but...
No, that's her twin, Isla. Yeah, I confirmed it.
My heart dropped to my stomach. He knew? This entire time he'd already known I wasn't Priska, and he still made me work to repay her debt? I stumbled backward in disbelief and hit the wall with a thud. Luca jolted at the sound and quickly hung up the phone.
Hey, I heard a thud. Are you all right?
I glared at him with all my fury. His face slowly turned red in shame.
Listen,
So am I a joke to you or what?
Of course not. It's just...
Save your excuses to yourself. I quit. I stormed off. I felt used, stupid for even thinking we had something special going on. If all my troubles started with Priska, then today would be the end of it. So I changed my hair to make sure nobody would ever mistake me for Priska ever again. I buried myself in schoolwork and avoided Luca at all costs, even blocking his number. It hurt to pretend like nothing had happened and to just go back to my normal life. Yet I was convinced that was how things should be. Until one day, my quiet life got shaken up. Again. Sally walked up to me, looking a bit uncomfortable. Isla? Someone's here to see you. If it's Luca, I don't... No, she looks like you. Like pre-red hair you. Priska? Hi, sis. Seeing her after nearly a year made my chest tighten. She looked like she hadn't eaten in days. I wanted to pull her in for a hug and ask her how she'd been, but I had to stop myself. What are you doing here?
Please, Isla. I'm in trouble. Loan sharks are after me. I just need you to pretend to be me just once. Tell them you'll get the money.
In case you didn't notice, I don't look exactly like you anymore.
You can dye it back. Just for now, I'll get a job, I promise.
Are you serious? How many times have you made that promise already? You're scared to face your debt collectors, but you're willing to push me into that situation just to cover your back?
Isla, please,
You hurt Mom and Dad, and you hurt me. I'm done cleaning up your mess. Here, buy yourself some food, but don't come to me again unless you're ready to make a real change. I meant every word. Still, turning her away like that hurt more than I expected, but I knew it was the right thing. Priska needed a wake-up call. And you know what? I was right, because 2 months later, I came home for Thanksgiving and we got a call from Priska. Hi, Mom, Dad, Isla. I have good news. I joined Gamblers Anonymous and have been going to meetings regularly for a while now. It's tough at first, but I'm slowly turning my life around.
Oh, Priska, you have no idea how worried we were. We spent every single minute looking and worrying about you. But that's great news to hear, honey. But how? Oh, it's a funny story, actually. One of the people I owed money to tracked me down, but instead of demanding payment, he insisted I must start joining self-help groups and even offered to keep an eye on me and help me find a sponsor to make sure I'd go through with it.
Wow, such a kind stranger. Who is he?
Oh, his name is Mr. L. Yeah, that's all I know.
It was undoubtedly the best news we'd heard in years. But one question remained in my mind. Who was this Mr. L? I got a feeling I might know him already. When I came back to the dorm after Thanksgiving, a surprise awaited. Luca was still trying to reach me, and this time I didn't avoid him anymore.
Isla, I came to apologize. I'm truly sorry, Isla. I should have told you sooner that I already knew you weren't Priska, but I was afraid you'd just leave. And the more I knew you, the more I didn't want to lose you. You're kind-hearted and strong. You take care of everyone, even when nobody asks you to, even without asking for anything back. And if you'll let me, I want to be the one to take care of you for once.
Well, I guess I do owe you a thank you for what you've done for Priska.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Priska isn't a very convincing liar, Mr. L. Thank you for your kindness. That was sweet of you. Oh, for God's sake, just date already! Real love isn't shielding someone from their own consequences. It's having the courage to let them face the truth and walk beside them as they learn to do better. I kept to the shadows, a face unseen, too shy to speak, yet, too cringe. Zara, how's the poem? I'm going live in 60 seconds. Just a few minutes. I'm almost done. Hi, I'm Zara, writer, overthinker, professional shadow dweller. And that's Maya, my stepsister. Same age, but from opposite planets. Oh, my sweet little Shakespeare. Give me the goods. My mom married her dad a year ago. Maya's a mega social media star with millions of followers, viral videos, and because she was always sharing lovely poems, her fans call her the word queen. Everyone praised Maya's talents online and at school, but no one knew the real poet was me. The words were mine, but the applause was hers. Even though I wish I could hear those words of praise, I know it's just not possible. Even if I wanted to perform, I couldn't. I dreamed of being published one day, maybe under a pen name, just like my favorite poet, LK, who dropped his first collection at 14 without anyone even knowing what he looked like. I'm painfully shy. I literally fainted during open mic once. I don't even raise my hand in class, even when I know the answer. I couldn't even share my poetry in front of my parents. I just didn't have the courage. In the meantime, at least I knew my poems were good, thanks to Maya. We got along. Our parents got along. Life was chill. But all that was about to change, in the most epic way possible. It was in the 11th grade. I was drafting a new poem for Maya when I saw him. The most handsome guy I had ever seen walked into my classroom. Everyone, welcome Liam. He just transferred to our school. Ooh, he's gorgeous! Maya could be so shameless when it came to boys. But this time, yeah, I couldn't even blame her. The guy looked like he walked straight out of a Korean movie. Liam, would you like to introduce yourself? Despite all the eyes on him, Liam walked straight to the back of the class, picked an empty seat, and buried his head in his arms like no one else existed. And Maya didn't take not being noticed too well. Well. Hey, new guy. Liam, right? I'm Maya, school queen and your future girlfriend. He ignored her. Like, actually ignored her. Which for someone like Maya was basically a public slap in the face. Fine, be that way then. You will be begging me to date you in no time. Seeing a guy turn Maya down for the first time was epic. But seriously, couldn't the guy talk? It didn't take long for rumors about him being mute to start spreading. Honestly, I started believing it too. He never spoke, never reacted. Until a month later, and that's when everything changed. In my quest to hopefully conquer my overt shyness, I joined the school's poetry club. And it had been fine so far, but what I didn't expect was to see Liam show up at my club. Does anyone have a beautiful poem they'd like to share with the class this week? It could be something you've written yourself or a poem by a poet you love. I always had something, but sharing it out loud, in front of people, I still hesitated almost every time. Liam quietly volunteered, and for the first time I heard his voice.
In the quiet, I bloom. No stage, no lights, no room. Just a whisper and a pen. Again and again.
His voice was soft and steady. And that poem, I knew it. It wasn't his original. It was written by L.K., my favorite poet ever. Was he a fan of L.K. too? Was this fate? I stayed up all night thinking about him. I wanted to talk about poetry, life, weather, anything. Or maybe we could write a poem together. Or, get married. Now I knew he could talk. I made an effort to talk to him, and it backfired full time. The poem you read yesterday was beautiful. Why don't you speak up more often?
Asking me why I don't talk often when you barely speak? Pretty hypocritical, don't you think?
Wait, so he had noticed me? He probably just thought I was the shy, quiet type, which was true. But that wasn't all I wanted him to know about me. If he's so into poetry, maybe the only way to get his attention is with a poem. So I wrote one. An honest, personal confession of admiration. Maybe even feelings. I'd slip it into his locker before the club's meeting tomorrow. Even if he might ignore it, I had to try. But the next morning, I couldn't find the poem anywhere. Has anyone seen the pink paper sheet on my desk?
What's wrong, honey?
Maybe the wind blew it away. Nobody had any clue, and I was running late, so there wasn't time to rewrite. But later at school, Maya burst into the cafeteria holding that exact pink note. Everyone, listen up. I have something important to say, especially to you, Liam. It was my poem, my feelings, but in her voice. Hearts don't speak, but mine will. One glance and I'm undone. Say the word and I'm the one. Maybe Liam liked it.
You wrote that? I didn't think you were the poetry type. So why aren't you in the poetry club?
Everything inside me shattered. My poem, my crush, gone. Taken from me. I felt used, betrayed. Seeing them hang out after that hurt. And the worst part, I couldn't confront her without our parents getting involved. But I couldn't just let it slide. Sweet sister, I'm going live in 10 minutes. Got a poem for me? I'm not feeling very poetic today. Do something else for your fans. Wait, what? You always have a poem. Geez, I don't know, maybe because you've already stolen them all? Like the last one, remember? Daddy! As expected, she went running to Dad.
Zara, get down here!
But this time, I wasn't going to put up with the unfairness anymore. Even with all of Maya's tricks to make our parents believe I was the bully, I wasn't afraid anymore.
Why didn't you help your sister?
I had actual schoolwork, and maybe I just didn't feel like being used today.
The least you could do is support my daughter's dreams.
Oh, so you don't see me as your daughter too, huh? What about my dreams?
Zara?
No, Mom, I'm done with being Maya's personal poet. When do I get to matter? She stole something that meant everything to me.
Stole what? What are you talking about?
That poem I was looking for? Maya took it and performed it like it was hers, in front of Liam. That poem was personal. My confession. Maya looked at me like I was gum on her shoe. And I performed it better.
Maya!
Don't speak to my daughter like that. Oh, now she's your daughter again?
See what I said about my parents not getting along if Maya and I didn't get along? That was it. The world thinks I wrote it. Liam clearly liked it. Be real, Zara. Even if you wrote him 1,000 poems, you'd never have the guts to say one out loud. You don't have the guts. Even my parents were staring after her in shock. They probably never knew how selfish she was till now. Her laugh echoed in my brain for hours. And right then, I knew I was done being quiet. It was time to step out of the dark. I started small, spoke up more in class, lifted my eyes when I answered, and the teacher praised me for the progress I'd made. During a class discussion about LK's most iconic poems, the teacher once again seemed eager to hear my thoughts. Zara, what do you think LK meant by this poem? Oops, everyone don't look at Zara. If you look at Zara, she freezes up like a statue and goes totally silent. And then the whole class burst into laughter, throwing mocking looks my way. It's about guilt. You can feel it, like he's haunted by something he did. The room went quiet. Everyone was gaping at me, including Liam.
Wow, that was a bold interpretation. But, you're not quite right. Thoughts, Liam? That's exactly what it's about.
Wait, what?
How can you be sure? Because I wrote it. LK. Liam Clint. That's me. Well done, Zara.
The room exploded. Everyone wanted his autograph. I couldn't believe my ears! He was the child prodigy who published an inspiring collection of poems at 14. No wonder I was so drawn to him. Something shifted after that. Liam and we started talking. Books, lyrics, stupid grammar jokes. He even asked me to read his upcoming poetry collection. We had that kind of spark that just came naturally. Maya sensed it and started being even meaner than ever before. She spread rumors that I had a crush on the librarian and even made fun of my secondhand shoes. I paid her no mind, thinking she'd get bored eventually. Until she crossed the line. A classmate was having a party and invited everyone. Maya convinced me that the themes was 80s chic, but when I arrived, it was a pool party and everyone else was in bikinis. I wanted to melt into the pool and never come out, but what came out of her lips next was even more shocking. Look at her, Liam. Always awkward. She's my sister and I can't even deal with her sometimes.
How can you say that about your sister?
Liam, come on. You and I, we make sense. Talented poets. Can you imagine the internet when you and I, the famous LK, and the social media rising star performed together? We'd be the ultimate power couple. That was the last straw. You, a poet? Do you have a problem with that? Yeah, I challenge you to a poetry battle. Tomorrow, at school. Are you sure you can speak without fainting? Don't worry about me. No more moping. Time to fight fire with poetry. After coming home, I locked myself in my room all evening. Fueled by determination, I poured my heart into verses I knew would reclaim my dignity and expose Maya's lies. When the battle began, Maya insisted on going first, calling it an act of bravery. Fine by me. Let's see how much longer she can keep up this act. This poem is special. It's called Mirrored Lies. I wear her face, but not her soul. I want the boy, but it plays no role. Talentless. Afith, you may. Her voice started shaking. Oh yeah, she just realized too late that the poem was about her. I stole her voice? What nonsense did you write here, Zara? Oh, so now it belongs to me? I stole it from you. Guys, it's just a mistake. Zara probably set me up because she was afraid to lose. I couldn't believe she could be that shameless. And then the screen behind her lit up, playing the footage of how she had snuck into my room and stolen my work. The entire auditorium erupted, whispers spreading like wildfire. How could you? If you didn't want to be caught, you shouldn't have done it. The hidden camera got everything. I know you too well, sis. That trap was mine. Time to end your years of lies.
So, it's just as I suspected. Zara writes the poems and you recite them like they're yours, huh? I knew it. The way you talk is too shallow for someone who loves poetry.
Maya ran like the devil was after her. As she did, our eyes met for just a second. With her gone, it was my turn to sing. My hands were trembling. My throat was dry. But I was done watching from backstage while someone else took the credit. This is for the ones who were told to shrink so others could shine. Who owns a story if it's told by another? I took a deep breath, embraced the emotion, and began reading the poem I poured my soul into. You took what was mine and made it your crown. I spoke about being the soul behind the spotlight that never touched me until now. My words aren't yours to keep, to mold, to bend. This theft ends now, Maya. This is the end. I got a standing ovation. I took the risk. And this time, I shined. From that day on, the tables turned. Maya could only stare as her followers vanished one by one. All the people who followed me for my poetry have gone. It's all your fault.
Zara's poetry, you mean? Next time, try writing your own words. And I think you still owe Zara an apology.
I thought you were on my side. I'm your beloved daughter.
Zara is my daughter too. We spoiled you, made you think everything should be yours. But life doesn't work like that.
Dad, do something about these two now.
How could you treat my precious daughter like that? So only your daughter is precious, huh? Then you can both pack your things and leave our house right now. I guess we're not valuable enough for you to stay with.
Mom's reaction caught me off guard. I never thought she could change so quickly. Dad and Maya left the house in anger, unable to stand her unwavering stare.
I'm truly sorry for neglecting you all this time. I failed as a mother. But please, give me a chance to make it up to you.
We held each other tightly, bursting into tears, an embrace that quietly healed what time had broken. That night, I uploaded my poems under my real name and social media lit up. This gave me goosebumps, realest thing I've heard in a while. At last, I found the confidence I had lost, and this time I had my mom by my side, truly caring. That made me happy. I was a different Zara now. Zara who knew her worth.
I've been thinking, for my next collection, do you think we could collab?
What? Are you for real?
Yeah, I'll have my manager draft something up. We split the revenue, creative control. I just want to duet with you. That poem was fire.
Oh my God. Was he catching feelings? Okay, play it cool, girl. Sounds good. But I still haven't gotten your autograph.
Autograph? I was thinking of asking you on a date.
Yes! Oh God, yes. It's a date. Helping each other shine is kind. But never let your own light dim just to keep someone else.
I was rushing to finish homework when suddenly a screeching shout startled me. Julia, why did you hide the letter Ben sent me? What? You've lost your mind, Katie. I already gave it to you. And didn't you say this guy was too ordinary for you? Why are you such a liar? This Ben guy tried calming her down, but it was too late. Everyone around us was already whispering. Ugh, I was not to blame for this. Guess what? That girl putting on the poor me act is my sister, Katie. We once were really close, but suddenly, boom, she changed. Now all she does is pick a fight with me. Oh, thank God. Here are my people. My dance club friends. Only dancing could help liven up my mood right now. We were happily chatting on the way to practice when suddenly... Julia, where are you going? Get back to class right now. Finals week is coming. No way. You don't know how Katie just embarrassed me in front of the whole class. I'll never go back there. Stop making excuses. Then he dragged me back to the classroom. That's Max, my overbearing older brother. His catchphrases include, Julia, where are you going? Remember to come back before 9 p.m. You still have lots of homework to do. Or, Julia, come back and change your clothes. The dress you're wearing is too short. You see, I'm 16, not 6. Why does he keep treating me like a child? Worse still, this semester, he decided to move to my school to be able to watch my every step or something. Ugh, it's unbearable. After school, I came home exhausted, but unfortunately, this awful day was not over yet. Dad was there waiting for me, my report card in hand. Julia, there's not even a single B on here. Those dumb equations just wouldn't stick to my head. Dad, I've tried. Tried, you say? So it has nothing to do with you skipping school to go dancing, huh? Oh no, in her hand were a bunch of pictures of me practicing. Okay then, it's about time I let my parents know about my passion anyway. I think I want to pursue something else, which is dance. No, Julia, studying is the only way. I don't care what you do, as long as your grades improve. Please learn from your brother and sister. Study, 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 study all the time! I angrily stormed upstairs and slam shut my door. Then I heard my mom's voice whispering outside. Never mention dancing again, Julia. Give it up. That silly hobby won't do you any good. What does she know? She isn't even my actual mom. Yes, they're just mine and Max's adoptive parents. I bet if my actual mom and dad were still alive, they'd understand and not forbid me from following my dreams. But life is too cruel, as our parents died 10 years ago in a traffic accident. Then Max and I were in an orphanage until we were adopted and came to live here with our adoptive parents, a biology professor, a housewife, and their daughter, Katie. After a restless night of overthinking, the next morning I trudged through the schoolyard like a zombie. Suddenly, a tall figure crashed into me. Ouch! The guy apologized profusely. Then he told me he hadn't been paying attention as he was too engrossed in a cool video. Oh, this is our club's dance video I posted yesterday. We immediately started chatting. So, his name is Daniel. He's a new transfer student here but already a big fan of our club. We were watching another video together when his phone screen popped up a message. Hey, are you free tomorrow night? Katie? Oh, that's definitely my sister Katie. Why does she have to appear everywhere? Anyway, after I parted ways with Daniel, I excitedly ran to the practice room to tell my friends about our new hardcore fan. I waved at them, but they just ignored me. Weird. Hey guys, what's wrong? Don't you know? Julia, yesterday your mom called everyone asking to disband the club. Your mom even blamed me for being a bad influence and distracting you from studying. So please, stay away from us from now on. What? My mom said that? How did she even know their numbers? You're welcome, Pumpkin. I've helped you introduce your dear friends to Mom. They seem to get along really well, don't they? Katie? Again? Why am I even surprised? I stomped after her. Then from afar, I spotted Daniel waving at her as they passed by each other, and she immediately turned on her flirty mode. I suddenly thought up a great idea. Well, just wait and see, my beloved sister. When Katie walked off, I quickly ran over to chat with Daniel, and it didn't take long for me to lure him into my trap. My friends are all going on about the new Jurassic World movie. Have you seen it? I want to watch it too, but I have no one to go with. Is that so? Actually, I was planning on seeing that movie this weekend. Let's go together. Bingo! The fish has taken the bait. Katie, you took away the one thing I love the most, and now watch me do the same to you. That Saturday night, I happily went to the cinema in a pretty dress. No sign of Daniel yet, so I got to my seat first. But, Julia, what on earth are you doing here? Oh, Katie, the prey even showed up by herself. Nice. She immediately jumped on me, accusing me of stalking and ruining her date. We argued loudly until a member of staff kicked us out. A few days later, Daniel and I met at a cafe he chose. But right away, I saw Katie at the next table. Again. She seemed to be waiting for someone. I walked over to her. You're so persistent on being a third wheel. She was so angry but couldn't say anything. I went back to the table and sat with Daniel. Huh? What? There's ketchup all over my dress! That does it! So I lunged at her and we started brawling. And here we are, at the cop station, waiting to be bailed out. As soon as Mom arrived, Katie put on her waterworks hat and sobbed about how I was trying to steal away the love of her life. I couldn't be around either of them anymore, so I left with Daniel. We weren't far from the cop station when Max rushed out from nowhere. Stay away from my sister! And why would I? Then my brother punched Daniel in the face. What are you doing? It's Katie. She's the one who keeps messing with us. No, Julia. Katie is just a victim. Stop seeing this guy. Great. Now even Max was defending Katie. I helped Daniel up and left with him despite Max's calls from behind. The next day, I was putting things in my locker when I saw Max and Katie passing by, looking real close. They were whispering something to each other, as if his real sister was her, not me. Fine then, if that meant I would stop being supervised. Katie still wouldn't leave me alone though. There were countless times she squeezed between me and Daniel, laughing with him as if I didn't exist. Another time, when we were about to kiss, she jumped out of nowhere, gave Daniel a concert ticket, then the two of them left together. So annoying. Honestly, it's no longer about taking revenge on Katie anymore. I do feel happy when I'm with Daniel. He seemed to want to be with me too, but why didn't he just reject Katie? But at least it was me he invited to the prom this Friday, not her. That night, I excitedly put on my prom dress, curled my hair, did my nails. Everything's all set. Daniel would be here soon. I opened the door to go downstairs when, oh no, it had been locked from outside. My parents were on vacation, so it had to be my cruel siblings. I immediately called my parents, but all I received was, "You shouldn't be even thinking about prom, considering how bad your grades have been lately. Stay home and study." Right at that moment, there was the sound of an engine outside. I ran to the window and saw Katie getting into Daniel's car. I banged on the door and yelled, but only Max's voice came from outside. "Julia, that guy is not good at all. Just leave this to me and Katie." Why are you on her side and not mine? Why is everyone turning their back on me? I felt like such an outsider in this family. So from then on, I did my best to ignore them all. I passed without a word as Max and Katie gathered around our parents after their trip. Then I stayed silently in my room, ignoring Max's call outside the door. I also tried ignoring Daniel, but he continued calling me. I think you've got the wrong number. I'm not Katie.
Huh? Julia, what's wrong with you?
Let's see. You left me alone and went to prom with Katie?
Oh, that? I already saw Katie waiting as I arrived. She said you'd already left for prom with your friends. I looked for you everywhere. I was thinking about you the whole party.
Gosh, Katie is taking things too far. Even my poor Daniel has to put up with her stupid tricks.
Baby, what should I do to make you feel better? How about a road trip? Let's spend this weekend together, just us two.
Honestly, all I need is Daniel's sweet voice to make my anger go away. I'd love that. I'm so sick and tired of being in this nightmare house. Being alone with Daniel felt amazing. After 2 hours of driving, we pulled up at a gas station to take a break, and he told me to pick anything I wanted.
This trip is on me. I have to make it up for my princess, don't I?
Oh, how did I get such a wonderful boyfriend? I stuffed my face with snacks as I waited for Daniel to return from the restroom. What's taking him so long? Just as I was going to step outside to look for him, the cashier stopped me.
I'm sorry, miss. You haven't paid for those. Also, your friend left you this.
Then he gave me a bunch of papers. One of them was a note saying,
Surprise! Take this as your first life lesson, honey. Don't be so gullible. If you're wondering why you deserve all this, go ask your lovely brother Max. Dan.
I stared down at the other papers. Receipts! This came to hundreds. He'd grab all these random things, including 5 boxes of Mountain Dew. Is this for real? How could this guy be the guy I was deeply in love with just seconds ago? I was on the verge of breaking down. But first, I still had this huge bill to pay. Oh God, where do I get the money for all this? Should I call my family for help? No way. I could already hear Max scolding, then my parents nagging, and Katie's scornful look. And so I begged the store owner to let me work here to pay back the bill. It's not so bad. At least I wouldn't have to go home. But only, I kept on messing up. I clogged the slushy machine so the floor was covered in sugared ice. I knocked over the sunglasses stand while cleaning and constantly counted change incorrectly. It was a disaster. Maybe if I'd pay more attention in math, it wouldn't be this bad. I tried everything, but all I did was create more trouble instead of paying back the money. Eventually, they kicked me out. And now all I can do is sit at this abandoned bus stop, not knowing where to go or who to find. Thinking about my life with my family before made me tear up. If only... Suddenly, a familiar car stopped in front of me. Dad!
Julia, here you are. Everyone's been frantically searching for you. I'm so glad you're okay. Why did you scare us like this?
I'm sorry, Dad. Dancing is my only passion, but I knew you wouldn't accept it.
No, Julia. I'd never stop you pursuing what you love. I used to think you were just making up excuses for being lazy.
Right at that moment, another car pulled over. It was Max, my mom, and even Katie.
What on earth are you doing? If you keep acting like this, Mom and Dad will kick us out. Max, why would you think such a thing?
Max let go of me, then hesitantly said,
I know you take education very seriously, so I always try my best at school. Julia and I are just adopted, so...
Actually, I'm adopted too. I've overheard this once from Mom and Dad. So ever since then, I was scared they'd love Julia more than me and throw me out.
Oh, my baby. It's true. We adopted all 3 of you. This doesn't change a thing. You're our children and we love you all, and only wish for you to care and look out for each other.
Whoa, this was all too much to take in. My emotions were all over the place and I didn't know whether to smile or cry.
Secrets only make us misunderstand one another, so from now on, we won't hide anything, okay?
On that note, I'm sorry, honey. Let me tell you all this one last secret that I've been keeping to myself all these years.
It turned out that my adoptive mom was mine and Max's biological dad's ex. After our parents died, she offered to take us in. Our adoptive dad didn't know the story behind that, and he only knew about an ex of my adoptive mom who was a pro dancer. Mom was so afraid Dad would find out about me and my brother's true identity and be angry, so she tried her best to hide my dance talent. But she never expected her husband to be this generous and understanding. So, all problems were resolved and family peace was restored. Oh boy, I miss home so much. But now was not the time to go back. Us three siblings had one more important task: expose Daniel. Can you believe that Daniel turned out to be my brother's best friend from his old school? Daniel misunderstood my brother's friendship for love, so when Max rejected him, he felt like a fool and started causing problems for Max. That's why Max transferred schools, but Daniel followed him there. Knowing Max loved his two sisters very much, he deliberately approached us both and played tricks to make us resent each other. After that time at the police station, Max told Katie about this and worked up a plan to expose Daniel. We found Daniel's current partner and invited him to meet them at a diner. Then we told him everything his boyfriend had done. Needless to say, he was so angry he finished with Daniel and exposed his true face to the whole school. Facing a barrage of criticism, Daniel was scared and apologized to the three of us and promised to make up for it. Well, now that I have a happy family, I can freely pursue my dance passion. What else do I need? Just looking at Daniel being subservient is enough to satisfy me. This school is so boring. All they do is talk nonsense and do nonsense things. Worse still, I feel like I can never escape them, as some of them live in the same neighborhood as me. But you know what the most annoying thing about my life is? That's Joy, my identical twin sister. In my parents' eyes, she's perfect. That's why she's the favorite child. Her allowance is more than mine, and she gets to attend an elite private school while I'm stuck at the most boring school ever. How unfair! With a sulky face, I walked into my room whining. I think having identical daughters means our parents forgot that there's actually two of us. They've never picked me up from school. Don't be absurd. They just took me to collect my dress for the school gala. A new dress for some fancy party. How terrible for you! I don't even want to go to the party. Trust a nerd like you not to appreciate what you have. If I were you, I'd make the most of every second of that elite school of yours. And if I were you, I would just enjoy my pressure-free life. We both sighed and stared into a void, thinking about our tiring lives. Then Joy suddenly turned to me. Oh my god, Jade! Do you want to be me? Go to my school, have my things, and attend the gala? What a brilliant idea! Why had we never thought of it before? I'd live her fancy life and she'd live my dull one. That's perfect! Wow, this school is enormous. I tried to keep my cool as I navigated the endless hallways in search of Joy's locker. Ah, found it. I spotted a group of girls waving me over. They must be Joy's besties, Ruth, Nora, and Nell. Unlike my boring sister, they looked very glam in their branded clothes. What a power group! Wherever we went, all eyes were on us. Students handed us snacks, saved places in the cafeteria line for us, and let us sit in the front row of the basketball match. These girls were so interesting. Bet I fit in with them way more than Joy did. Talking about Joy, she somehow loved my boring old-fashioned school. I'd never heard her chat that much in my life. About how nice my friends were, how easy all the lessons were, and how cool the school bus was. Joy's friends were so much fun, and they did cool things. For instance, they always had shopping dates and bought each other expensive gifts without question. One time, Nora, the richest girl in the group, didn't hesitate in going into Kate Spade and buying the new release handbag for Ruth. I thought this was pretty awesome of Nora. But then something happened that made me question the group dynamics. Ruth told me that she liked the red velvet cupcakes at the bakery near my house, and she asked me to buy her some. I was happy to do it, but the next day, when I brought the cupcakes and told her the price, she burst out laughing. Joy, my dear, I don't care how much they cost. That's your concern. Then she turned to Nora, showed her a picture of a cute but expensive skirt, and told her to order it for her. Hang on. Had she always been thinking it was acceptable to order us around like this? I don't understand why an innocent bookworm like my sister would hang around with this cunning clique. They don't study at all. During the test, while I was still randomly circling the answer, Ruth kept on kicking my chair and urging me to let her copy my work. And as soon as the teacher turned her back on us, she even snatched my answer sheet. Huh? What's with that attitude? I took a look around and saw both Nora and Nell were also copying another girl's paper against her will. Rude! After the test, Ruth came up to me, hissing. Have you forgotten our deal? Huh? Deal? What could it be? Well, I guess I would have to put up with Ruth for as long as I was Joy, so I could return everything to her in roughly the same condition after the gala. What I really should do now is just to enjoy this elite school life, right? So I didn't join Ruth and her minions for lunch, but bought food from this super cool vending machine instead. They even had pizza. But the machine made these weird sounds. Ugh, I think my food was stuck. So I kicked and tapped it. But it still didn't work. You dare get into an altercation with the pizza machine? You must be starving. Oh my god. This basketball boy was the most handsome guy I'd ever seen in my life. I was too lost in his eyes to realize the dumb machine had finally delivered my lunch. This gorgeous guy then leaned towards me and my heart skipped. Oh, Cupid, I wish I was the one he picked up instead of the pizza. Here you go. Right before I could react, someone snatched the tray and pushed me aside to enter between us.
Thanks, Hayden. Want to share lunch with me?
Huh, excuse me? How could she steal both pizza and a boy from me? The boy took my pizza from her and said, "Thanks, but I'd like to share this with this cute, starving girl instead. I'll buy the drinks."
Wait, was he asking me? Then yes, 100% yes!
Leaving a furious Ruth behind us, we walked to the bench table nearby. So, he's Hayden, the captain of the basketball team. We talked so much about our favorite comic books and even played basketball for a bit before classes. That was my best lunch ever. After school, I was about to leave when Ruth stopped me.
Didn't anyone ever tell you not to mingle with Hayden? He's not wealthy. We have high standards about who deserves to be around us. Duh!
Huh? She sure seemed to swoon over him earlier, but now that he'd turned her down, she decided he wasn't worthy? This girl's mindset really didn't sit well with me. As soon as I arrived home, I told Joy everything.
You should listen to Ruth. Hayden must be bad news.
I don't care what Ruth thinks. How come you do? Is it 'cause of this deal you have with her?
Not your business, but stay away from Hayden. I don't want to get in trouble.
Ugh, these vague hints were agitating me. What was it about? But whatever the deal between Joy and Ruth was, I wasn't going to let it get in the way of my blossoming romance with Hayden. Today, me and Hayden had arranged to meet at lunch again to play basketball. I excitedly walked out of art class just as the girl fell and dropped her painting set around my feet. I immediately picked them up for her, when all of a sudden, a boy's hand covered mine right before someone stamped their feet on our hands. It was Ruth! It was her who tripped up the poor girl, too. She did all that on purpose to hurt me, but Hayden got there just in time to save the day. What do you think you're doing? Feeling too embarrassed being caught red-handed, Ruth couldn't do anything but give me a spiteful look before leaving. I couldn't believe that Hayden did that for me. His hand was swollen, but he just kept checking if my hand was okay. How can Ruth be so horrible?
Because she knows everyone's ugly secrets, and she uses them to control people. Joy, she knows your secret too, right?
No, I'm not sure, but I don't care. No matter what that secret is, she's gone too far. Don't worry, I got your back.
So will I. Oh, I'm Katie, by the way.
From then on, I no longer hung out with Ruth and her minions, but I kept quiet about this to Joy as I didn't want her freaking out and making us switch back places early. The more time I spent with Hayden, the more I found myself liking him. I wanted to confess to him who I really am, but I can't. At least not yet anyway. Katie is really nice to me too, and she introduced me to her super sweet friends. Everything was just perfect, except my grades. Well, I didn't dare to tell Joy about this either. My study was pretty bad, and it literally ruined Joy's straight-A record. Meanwhile, Ruth, time after time, insisted that I was the one who had to do all her homework, research, and tests. But duh, I couldn't even finish mine.
You know what I've got.
Yeah? What exactly is that you have? What's all the threat about? Ruth was stunned seeing me talking back at her like that. Yep, that was it. I've had enough. After class, she waited at my locker and signaled me to follow her to the equipment room. Finally, I could know what my secret was. Ruth showed me a video on her phone of Joy sneakily checking her notes during an examination. Was she cheating?
If our principal sees this, I'm sure your precious scholarship will be long gone. And what about that excellent student title of yours?
So Ruth was using this to manipulate Joy. Does she do the same to everyone else? Do you think this would scare me?
I don't think. I know. You don't want to lose everything, right?
No, Ruth. It's you who's gonna lose. Do whatever you want with that clip, like I care. And so I walked away, leaving a fuming Ruth behind.
To be honest, I was a bit scared. Well, I know scores and things like academic transcripts were so important to Joy. What if I destroyed it all? After my last class of the day, the thing that I feared the most came upon me. The principal called me to her office and showed me the video that proved that I cheated on a math exam. She was so disappointed in my horrible grades recently, she even asked if it was because I was too caught up in my dating life and the bad influence I called friends. But how am I supposed to tell her that it was just my own incompetence? Nothing to do with Joy or Hayden or my new friends. I just reached my room door when I heard Mom scolding Joy. The principal must have called her. It was all my fault. When Mom left the room, I could feel how angry and frustrated Mom was. Joy, I'm so sorry. I couldn't let Ruth have this hold over me. You anymore. I waited for Joy to take it out on me, but to my surprise, she was kinda happy. That's okay. I think I should thank you for that. I've never been brave enough to stand up for myself, although I was so tired of getting picked on all the time. I was so scared, but turns out being scolded by Mom isn't as bad as I thought. My homeroom teacher also called me, but she only gave me a warning and told me not to make the same mistake again. I've never felt this at ease before, Jade. I'm not the perfect Joy anymore. Then, Joy told me about the pressure she felt to be perfect. One time, she even got sick before the math test due to studying too much. Not having enough decent revision and being afraid of getting a bad grade, Joy cheated and was caught and recorded by Ruth as evidence. We finally understood each other and decided to teach Ruth a lesson to stop manipulating and taking advantage of others. We spied on Ruth and secretly recorded her. And guess what? Turned out she was not as wealthy as she always pretended to be. All the brand names she had were from the poor victims that she called friends. I also filmed Ruth forcing the top students to do homework and essays for the rich kids while she just sat idly to collect money. I was so ready to post these videos online, but Joy stopped me. She told me if we did this, we were just as bad as Ruth. Instead, she had a better idea. She sent the videos to Ruth and demanded her to delete all of the students' secrets. In exchange, we would delete all of hers. Ruth, of course, had no choice but to obey. Wow, how mature my sister is. My last day in Joy's life has arrived. I'm just gonna make the most of it before I hand the reins back to my sister. Honestly, I kinda miss my normal school and my friends. But what about Hayden? Will he still want to know me when he finds out I lied to him? I was looking around for Hayden when I saw some mean girls mocking Ruth for wearing a dress cheaper than theirs. So I walked straight up to them and whispered into their ears that I knew all their dirty secrets and they couldn't do anything else but storm off. Ruth gave me a coy look, mumbled a thank you, and then left. At that moment, a warm hand gently clasped mine. Hayden! Wow, you're so cool. I'm not that cool, Hayden. Actually, I have something I have to tell you. I then told him everything. From how I swapped identities with my twin sister to how I ruined her school life because of my childishness. You didn't ruin anything. Actually, you made things much better. So, since the pizza vending machine day till now, it has always been you, not Joy, right? Yeah, it's been me all along. That's all I needed to know. Then he pulled me in for the best kiss ever.
Oh God, my Roger. Look at him. Those chiseled features and dreamy eyes. No wonder every girl swooned at the sight of him. And, of course, me, his biggest fan, is no exception. You're probably wondering how I got into the backstage area of a star actor like Roger, right? It's simple. His makeup artist is Hannah, and she just so happens to be my big sister. Of course, I had to beg her for days to let me tag along. That's why I have to embrace every second of being this close to my celebrity crush. Hey, are you taking pictures of me? Oh no, busted. I was stammering, trying to come up with some excuse when to my surprise, Roger lifted my phone and took a selfie. Here you go, baby girl. Next time, just ask. Oh my, there's no denying that Roger is boyfriend material. The girls from my class will definitely be turning green once they know this. Oh, you want some orange juice? No problem, Roger. Just call me your own personal genie. Then I rushed around to find some OJ and hurried backstage to give it to him. But too late. His other fangirls had beat me to it. There were enough juices for him to drink all year round now. Sadly, I turned around to leave, but accidentally bumped into someone. Holy moly, it's Roger! He smiled at me and looked down at the cup of fresh orange juice in my hands. May I borrow your OJ? This is my number if you need it. What does this mean? Have I, an ordinary girl, caught the eye of the hottest guy on the planet? Ouch! This is clearly not a dream. For the rest of the evening, I tried composing the perfect message to him. Ugh, why was it so hard? I must have typed and deleted it at least 100 times. Oh no! I just pressed the send button by accident. Before I could remove that message, he already replied. That's it. There's no turning back now. I tried to calm myself down and went with the flow, which then led us to hours of long conversation. And soon, we were talking every day. One day, out of the blue, he said he wanted us to have a private date. Does that mean our relationship has moved on to the next level? Our first date was at this low-key diner with very few customers. I disguised myself just like what Roger told me to and waited for him. But it's been an hour in vain. Did he really stand me up? I glumly got up to leave when a sweaty, out-of-breath Roger appeared. Turns out he struggled to lose his security guards just to come and see me. Aw, it's so sweet that he went to all this effort for a normal girl like me. No need for a fancy restaurant nor extravagant gifts. This diner was already the most romantic, as I had a real gentleman right here. Don't wake me up from this dream ever. Then, before we parted, he gently put a daisy bracelet on my wrist. Dating in secret is pretty exciting, right, babe? Oh boy, this proved that I was no longer just a mere fangirl having a crush on her idol. Yep, we were officially dating in secret. The next day, I arrived at school in the best mood ever. I was singing on the way to class when my friend Alba startled me. Hey, have you watched the new trailer for Roger's upcoming film? It's dope. I booked the ticket for the sneak show already. Pfft, that's nothing. I already got a slot at the movie premiere. Jealous much? Huh, that's the power of a fan club's vice president. And for me, I just had the most romantic dinner date ever with Roger. Oh, of course, that's only what I wish I could say. In fact, I could just smile and then head on to my seat. Keeping this secret is driving me crazy. But I guess dating an idol comes with a price, and I don't mind paying for it my whole life. But okay, on top of all the secrecy, as y'all know, celebrities are always occupied, having no private time left. So we have to come up with inventive ways to get some alone time. Finally, Hannah had left. Let's see, hair, makeup, clothes, everything was perfect. No one seemed around. Now I needed to hurry to Roger's van. Hey Hannah, why are you still here? Wow, look at you, all dressed up, huh? What's the occasion? I just forgot my stuff. See ya. And then I rushed behind the vanity van. Phew, so close. It's a good thing I look a lot like my sister and have picked up some great makeup tips from her, so it's a piece of cake for me to pretend to be Hannah and sneak into the filming site. Let me see if you're my adorable Harper. While praising my excellent disguise, Roger suddenly went silent. Then he turned into a completely different person. His attitude changed. He pushed me away, poured his coffee onto his shoes, and started yelling at me. What on earth are you doing? Do you know how much these cost? Clean them! What just happened? I reached my arm out and asked if I'd upset him, but a woman swung my hand away. Take your filthy hand off my son! Oh, it's Roger's mom, Mrs. Walker, the chairwoman of the film production company, known by the entire industry for being a bossy lady who always caused others difficulties. Worse still, the buzzing sound outside also started growing louder. Oh no, I better not cause any trouble here. So I kept my gaze at the ground and frantically apologized. Suddenly, a hand grabbed my arm and pulled me away. It was Danielle, Roger's manager. Don't be bothered too much if he acted a little off. It was just too stressed from work. I'm Roger's older sister, by the way. We were super close, so I understand him better than anyone. OMG, I didn't know he had an older sister. But I know about you. Every time he sees you, his eyes fill with happiness. It's kinda obvious. You don't have to say anything. I'll keep your love story a secret. It turned out that Danielle knew everything and didn't say a word because she knew it would embarrass us. After that, she drove me home and we exchanged numbers. Roger wasn't being very responsive, so it was nice having Danielle to talk to, as she was very supportive of our relationship and kept me up to date with the schedule. A whole week has passed since that day with no reply from Roger. Nothing. Not a single phone call. I also texted his new phone number that Danielle gave me, but still zilch. Sometimes I don't know if I really have a boyfriend or not. I just want to experience what other couples have.
Stop wasting your time fantasizing about a guy far out of your league. It's so tragic, especially now he has a girlfriend. He's totally betrayed us.
What did she just say? Girlfriend? I hurriedly went online and saw a photo of Roger and Jessica, a hot singer, looking cozy backstage. So he was ghosting me to be with her? My heart felt like it was going to burst into flames. I immediately texted Danielle and she replied straight back, complaining that she was also having a headache with Jess's dirty PR tricks to promote her new album. Oh, phew. So it's just a silly rumor. What a relief. Besides, for the past few days, Roger hadn't contacted me at all because he'd been busy filming a new movie in Paris. He would be back soon and he was gonna hold a small meet and greet downtown. Danielle suggested I should show up and surprise him, and she even cleared up Roger's schedule that day so we could go on a date after the event. Wonderful, Danielle! That day, I went to the meet and greet and disguised myself so perfectly that Roger wouldn't recognize me. He would be so surprised to see me here. To be honest, I don't like my man doing all those kinds of air kisses or hugs with fans, but, well, that's his job, and I should be understanding. Besides, I used to fall for these sweet gestures as a fan too.
Roger, are any of these dating rumors true?
Well, I just thought, I'm better off focusing on my work, and you guys, you're my true supporters. Unlike all the girls out there who only approach me for fame and money. What does he mean?
So he just sees me as one of those cloud-chasing girls out there?
I seemed to be out of breath among the excited howls of his fans, and I couldn't stay here much longer. I was sobbing as I ran outside, thinking about how Roger actually thought of me, of us, all this time. Suddenly, a car stopped in front of me. It was Danielle. I know it's hard being in love with a celebrity, but from a fan's perspective, that's something they want to hear from him. Of course, he can't speak up about his real relationship, but you can. You mean there's nothing wrong with your love, and we have plenty of other ways to express it discreetly, right?
What Danielle said got me thinking. Sophie teases me every day for dreaming about dating my idol, but this relationship is real, and I have the right to show off my love, right? So I posted my favorite picture from one of our dates on Instagram as a way to pour my heart out. The next morning, I woke up to see an angry text from Roger.
Harper, why did you break our promise? Why did you disclose our relationship? Things are a mess now.
Underneath, it was the link to a tweet along with the title, "Young actor Roger is suspected of dating someone 10 years his senior." Oh, no. How did they find my photo that quickly? And worse, they must have mistaken the person in the picture to be my sister, Hannah. Well, at least my sister is on vacation, so she hasn't found out about this yet. I must fix this before she comes back, or else she's gonna kill me. I tried to contact both Roger and Danielle, but got no response. What to do? Roger is having a press conference for his new movie. I'll go there and talk to him directly. I used Hannah's pass card to rush backstage in the hope Roger would be there, but wait, there's only Mrs. Walker and her staff.
You better clean up this scandal immediately. Don't let it affect the conference. So annoying. That makeup artist must be using some tricks to take advantage of Roger. Now she will know what it's like to have her career ruined.
Oh no, I can't let that happen. Please don't do this. It's not Hannah in the picture. It was me, her sister. Roger and I are in love.
I never said I loved you, so stop making a fool of yourself. Sorry, Mom. I was just playing around with her because I was bored.
let me handle this. What? I thought he was different. Turns out he's just another jerk who uses fame to flirt with girls. We're over! I shouted, then sprinted out of there. For days after that, more Twitter videos were posted from Roger's alleged staff claiming he was arrogant and rude. It serves him right, I guess. However, I began to wonder about the fact that there weren't a lot of people there at those moments. Who could have been the one taking those videos? Suddenly, a Twitter notification popped up and brought me back to reality. Wait, it's that account, isn't it? The fans were still furious with Roger. Scrolling through the articles about him, I saw a bunch of comments telling everyone to cancel him. They even shared a picture of Roger going to bars and getting drunk the night before his apology press conference. Even though I was mad at him, I couldn't just switch off my feelings. So I took an Uber to the bar to find Roger, but because of my age, the security guard stopped me. As I was trying to find a way to sneak inside, I saw a familiar figure. It was Roger, sitting on the steps of the bar's back door. Hey, you alright? I'll call Danielle to come pick you up. No, please. I'm too tired of having bodyguards and a manager follow me 24/7. I just want to be alone now. Harper, I'm sorry for hurting you all this time. I just want to say it was real. I really do love you. I did what I did because I was so worried that my adoptive mom would harm you if she knew about us.
Your adoptive mom?
Yeah, I'm not Mrs. Walker's biological son. She recognized my acting talents, so she adopted me when I was 11. Since then, I've been nothing more than a money-making machine to her.
He then told me how his pure passion for acting was starting to be worn out by all these pressures of being a celebrity, especially now that he knew someone was behind all the recent scandals. I know who's behind it all, so do show up at the press conference as planned, and I'll take care of the rest. I waited for Roger to finish his apology for all the scandals. Then I went up to address the crowd. All of the rumors are fake. I know this because I'm the girl from the video. And the person who filmed and edited it to make it look bad was his manager, Danielle. I pointed to her, and amidst the gasps, all eyes and cameras shifted to her. What? This is slander. You have no proof. Then I held up my phone and played a video recording of Sophie admitting that Danielle was giving her the videos to upload on the internet. Actually, on the presentation day, Sophie accidentally revealed her secret Twitter account, which was none other than @CancelRoger, the one of the so-called staff. So I confronted her right away and told her that she could be sued for defaming others. When I first heard the rumor about Roger having a girlfriend, I was blinded by jealousy, so I listened to Danielle. Given that she's his manager, how could I not believe that those videos were true? As his fan club vice president, I had my members' best interests at heart, so please, don't sue me. Fine, it was me. So what? I need to show Mom that Roger is not as special as she thinks she is. I knew Roger liked Harper, so I approached her and used the relationship to ruin his career. Then Mom would finally notice me. Whoa, what a twist, right? So what now? Well, Mrs. Walker and Danielle's true intentions were exposed for all to see. This cleared Roger of all the scandals, and his fans are all back together to support him again. He has a new manager now, and they have no problem with him publicly dating me. Oh, and as for Hannah, arriving back from her trip to discover she'd been dating one of her celebrity clients didn't go down too well with her. But it's not all bad, since she now has loads of bookings after this scandal. So if anything, she has me to thank for being more in demand than ever.
Wow, it's been a busy day at the salon. What can I say? It's all thanks to my top-notch hairstyling talent. Ta-da! What did you do to my hair? Platinum blonde is the current trend, ma'am. I asked for brown! How can I go to school looking like this? Ugh, she has no eye for beauty. But, oh no, this dumb machine? At least it's not completely burned. Were you dosing off while cutting my hair? Give us our money back, now! Money? I've only worked here for a week. How am I supposed to pay them back? Ask my parents? No way. I, the beautiful Olivia, had declared in front of them that I hated school and would build my own career through my passion for hairstyling, not with any of those boring books. So, I left my hometown and got a job at this fancy hair salon in the big city.
I would prove to my parents that I could actually earn money with my talent. Ugh! But now my boss was going berserk at me. Oh, dearie me. There's no need to make a fuss over such a measly amount of money. I shall pay for it on her behalf. I turned around and, wow, it was this graceful-looking middle-aged woman. Her outfit, hairstyle, and manners all screamed elegance and luxury. Pretty girl, I can see that you have a keen eye for beauty. The only thing you're missing is an experienced mentor's guidance, and I happen to know someone. I can't believe it. Mr. Fullington, the world's #1 hairstylist, was going to be my mentor. Of course, it's all thanks to this awesome lady. Oh, wait, Mom. I should call her Mom now, as she's just adopted me. She must have taken a liking to me, seeing how determined I was, pursuing my passion despite all hardship. She and her husband are millionaires who couldn't have children, so, yeah, they decided to take me in. Man, this is the best thing to happen to me ever! Olivia, school isn't the only way to success. With your talent, the road can be much shorter. My foster parents are so kind. Just look at this room. I feel like a princess. Just look at this gigantic bed, satin sheets, and walk-in closet. Better still, they even arranged for a makeup artist and a stylist to spend all day helping me look fabulous. The rich kid's life sure was sweet. I was so immersed in all of it that I almost forgot the main reason why I agreed to do this. The hairstyling course with Mr. Fullington. Mom, Dad, I know that you're both very busy, but I've been waiting so long. Has Mr. Fullington forgot about our appointment? Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry, but he's been sick, so his schedule has all been put off till next month. Don't worry, darling. In the meantime, why don't you try attending some fancy parties on our behalf? It's a good chance to expand your social circle and learn how to make money from all the best. Oh, that sounds pretty good. If I could make lots of money, then my parents would have to take me seriously and stop their stupid go-back-to-school demands. As soon as I arrived at the party, all these new friends gathered around and complimented on how beautiful I looked. The rich guys went crazy for me, too. I instantly became the center of attention. This one guy called Bruce introduced himself as the son of the CEO to the top media corporation in the U.S. Olivia, that exquisite face of yours was made for the big screen. You should play the leading role in our new movie. Oh, acting? I'd never thought about it before. Walking down the red carpet and posing in front of hundreds of cameras did sound appealing. It's worth a try, right? I was still stunned at Bruce's offer when I felt something cool on my finger. Oh my gosh, a sparkly red diamond ring? William, heir to the GeoGems Limited. Pleasure to meet you, Olivia. Please consider this my greeting gift. And this continued all evening until I couldn't hold any more stuff. Flowers from Justin, a jewelry set from Andrew, a perfume collection from Anthony, and this watch from... Geez, I couldn't remember anymore. I was trying to slip away when a handsome guy blocked me. You're stunning, Olivia. Can I see you tomorrow? A date? I didn't even know him. No. What a pity. I'm meeting my old friends at West High tomorrow. Sorry, it's not that I'm picky or anything, but dating can't be that easy, right? Phew, finally home. What an eventful evening. Just then, I got a call from Minnie, my best friend. Minnie told me that some mean girls at school were spreading rumors that I stole money from my parents, then packed up and ran away. Okay then, let them tittle-tattle. Tomorrow, I'll show those meanies who's the real deal. Yay, it's so nice to see Minnie again. We immediately chatted non-stop about all kinds of things. Then suddenly, the hyenas appeared with the same sarcastic tone as usual. Wow, counterfeit goods are so well made these days. You know, your supposedly Birkin bag is extremely rare. There's only 5 of those on Earth, right? Busted! How much do supercar hourly rentals and bodyguards cost nowadays, little Miss Show-Off? Minnie was going to defend me, but I stopped her. No need to waste time arguing with these people. I then grasped Minnie's hand to leave, but look, Olivia! I looked up. There was an airplane flying at very close range, and it was writing something. O-L-I-V... The white smoke actually spelled out my name! I've only seen this in movies. I gasped in shock as the plane landed, and stepping out of the cockpit was the guy at the party last night, Nathan. Turns out he was the youngest pilot in America, and wanted to impress me with this grand gesture after being rejected yesterday. Flying in the sky is my passion. And, Olivia, I want to be your personal pilot, taking you wherever you want. Oh my goodness, I don't know what was better, having a rich, handsome guy going out of his way to impress me, or seeing the astonished looks on my fake friends' faces. Such thrilling days like this should have made me happy, right? But sitting among this mountain of expensive gifts, I couldn't shake this uneasy feeling. Being the center of smitten eyes and receiving countless compliments and gifts was cool and all, but Minnie's words awakened me. Olivia, do you think they really are generous enough to give you all this without asking for anything in return? No, I shouldn't accept these pricey items. I was putting them all back in their boxes to return them when my foster mom walked in. Oh no, darling, returning gifts is considered very insulting in our society. The world of the rich is so complicated. So I listened to her and dismissed the idea of returning those presents. But I should still return the favor, right? So I agreed to meet some of them. The first person must be the one who impressed me the most, Nathan the pilot. His airplane hangar was where we had our first date. I couldn't find anything bad about Nathan, but we just didn't click. He kept on rambling about planes, which model each was, how hard it was for him to get them, blah, 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 while I had no interest in any of this. The next guy, William, was even worse. He not only invited me, but also dozens of other beautiful girls. He even gave each girl a gemstone from his collection. A true player, so obviously a skip. Bruce was easier to talk to, but I soon realized that he had a problem. This set of glassware was custom-made by the most skillful craftsman in Switzerland. It's yours if you like. Oh, wait, I'll have someone bring them over later. Look at this beautiful painting. Wouldn't it be perfect in your bedroom? But it's too big for you to carry home. I'll send it over later. What about my leading role in the movie you mentioned? I almost forgot. But, Olivia, acting is not as easy as you think. Besides, the entertainment industry is really toxic. Please just be my princess, okay? See? He kept promising me the world and then nothing. What a boastful, stingy liar. I didn't like any of these guys, so I must return their expensive gifts. But as soon as I carried the boxes out of the room, my foster mom stopped me. My silly Olivia, why are you so concerned about this? To them, these things are merely a drop in the ocean. But if you feel uncomfortable, I'll keep them out of sight for you. Giving them back will bring shame to our family. And you don't want that, do you? All right, that seemed like the best solution. My foster parents had been so nice to me. I shouldn't cause them any trouble. But a few days later, I discovered that they had secretly used my phone to ask Bruce for more presents. He thought I was angry, so he promised me a huge surprise tomorrow. It's weird. Why did they do that? They're as rich as Bruce's family, aren't they? I asked them why, and turned out my foster parents just wanted to test Bruce, as he seemed to be the most persistent in pursuing me, but had not shown his sincerity. Early next morning, I received a call from Bruce, saying that he'd sent someone over with a luxurious car, and reminded me about our date tonight. Wait, an entire car? That's too much this time. I was about to tell him to keep it when my foster father rushed in, saying that my parents were seriously ill. Oh gosh. I quickly hung up the phone and immediately went back to my hometown. Dear God, please protect my parents. Surprisingly, my mom opened the door looking perfectly fine, and there was Dad as healthy as can be watching TV. Thank goodness. My foster dad must have made a mistake. It's been a while since I was home, so I decided to stay the night. And as we were having some family time, I got another call from Bruce. Oh no, I forgot to cancel our date, and now he's at the mansion waiting for me. The problem was, Bruce couldn't find his sports car anywhere, and kept on making a fuss about it. I tried calling my foster parents to resolve this, but I couldn't contact them the whole evening. The morning after, I returned to the mansion to find strangers going in and out. What are you all doing? Hi, we're moving in. Great to meet you, neighbor. It's such a catch to find a good place like this up for rent at reasonable prices, right in the local newspaper. Am I right? For rent? No. What on earth is going on? I rushed into my foster parents' bedroom, but it was empty. Even the gifts they said they'd keep for me were all gone. They left without a trace, as if they were running away. What? Did your partners in crime leave you? Now don't you dare deny it, you fraud! What did he say? Partners in crime? Fraud? I tried explaining to him how I wanted to return all the gifts I received, but he wouldn't believe me. He threatened to call the cops if he didn't get his car back. Oh no, no way that's gonna happen. All I could do was beg Bruce to give me some time. This is the home of our town's famous sheriff. He's the only person who could help me, but all I got was, "I'm sorry, but I'm retired. You're gonna have to ask someone else." What to do now? I was freaking out when, out of nowhere, "No need for my dad. This is a piece of cake. I can give you a hand." I turned around to see a guy leaning on the door with a cold, arrogant look, and his arms crossed. Who is this guy? Can he really help me? We'll see. Wow, Alan really took the risk and invested a lot in this. A sports car, a mansion, expensive trips, and even this huge event. I have to admit, he looks quite handsome being all dressed up. Oh, I forgot to tell you, Alan, yep, the sheriff's son, is playing the rich heir of a big corporation chasing after a beautiful young lady, which is me. However, I didn't expect things would turn out so real. Alan's pursuit of me even made it on the local news. You guys must be curious how someone who's not a millionaire did this. Well, Alan convinced Bruce to fund our plan. He was hesitant at first, but he soon realized that this was the only way to catch the frauds and get his stuff back. So, reluctantly, he agreed. Alan is indeed a genius, and his well-thought-out strategy quickly got the fish hooked. We were making headlines everywhere, and I finally received a text from my so-called foster mom. At first, she was just asking how I was doing, and talked about how busy they were with overseas projects, until today. "Olivia, how's it going with that mysterious millionaire boyfriend of yours? He seems willing to give you anything. So you will consider him, won't you, darling?" As expected, these money-hungry crooks wouldn't let it slide once they heard millionaire, so I replied to her that my rich man was treating me well and wanted to throw an extravagant feast this weekend to officially announce our relationship, and I hoped my parents could put off their business trip and come join us. Tonight was the night. Gosh, I was so nervous, as my mom didn't reply to that message of mine. Will they show up, or did they sense something was off? While I was super nervous, Alan came to me and held my hand real tight. "Don't worry, Olivia. Everything will work out as planned." My, what is this feeling? It's undeniable that I always feel so safe being with Alan. The party finally began. Alan proposed to me with this rare, precious surrender-by gem on a ring, which is one of the only 3 existing in the whole world. Everyone started buzzing. Alan's acting was so perfect, from his eye contact to the words he said, that I couldn't help but feel butterflies in my stomach. I do. When the party was over and all the guests left, I received a call from my foster mom telling me to go to the back gate. As predicted, they offered to keep the engagement ring for me. Drop the act, frauds! The two were still processing what was happening when the cops barged in and arrested them. It worked! Can't believe I've successfully tricked these notorious scammers.
What about my car? My Bugatti? Where is it?
Oh, I almost forgot the main sponsor for this perfect plan. Without him, we definitely couldn't pull this off. Our stingy millionaire Bruce Dillon. I bet there hasn't been a single day gone by that he didn't think about his missing gifts, huh? That reminds me. This sparkling, precious ring, too. I quickly took it off, passed it to Alan, and told him to give it back to Bruce. But the minute the surrender-bite ring left my finger, Alan put on something else. Oh my god, another ring?
Your role as a millionaire's girlfriend may be over, but will you be a girlfriend to an ordinary guy like me, Olivia?
Yes! 1,000,000 times yes! After all this mess, I now realize that I've still got a lot of learning to do. So I've decided to listen to my parents and finish school. Turns out, if I really paid attention in class, it's actually pretty interesting. And Minnie is still my amazing BFF, who let me have free rein to experiment on her hair. And of course, this cute future detective too. Babe, time to change your hairstyle. I'm standing in the middle of the room wearing this extravagant dress and a glittery mask. All eyes are on me, but I can sense how ingenuine they are. This is supposed to be my sweet 16th, and yet all of these guests were complete strangers. Ugh, it's all that slimeball Gregory's fault. Actually, this OTT party was all down to him. Oh, hi. I'm Vivian, but my friends call me Viv. My mom, Jacqueline Mars, is one of the wealthiest people on Earth. So I grew up thinking massive mansions, gigantic pools, and a floor entirely for toys was the norm. Well, at least I did until I turned 10. That day I was playing in my life-size dollhouse when I heard talking coming from the other side of the fence. I peeked over it and saw a woman and a girl around my age who looked kinda weird. Curious, I spoke up. Hey you, why do you dress so funny? Pardon? What did you say? You don't even have shoes on. That's so silly. You're the silly one. Bet you've never tasted this before, huh? So try it. Spoiled rich kids like you always look down on others. While in fact, you're no use to society. I just stood there dumbfounded as the security shooed them away. I never meant to offend her. I was just curious. So I rushed inside the house to find Mom and ask her about this. Oh, honey, not anyone can be as wealthy as we are. That means you don't have to worry about a thing, sweet pea. Now go play so Mommy can work, okay? Even to this day, Mom's words still linger in my ears. I've grown to resent my family's wealth. I just wanted to be a normal kid. That's why, by the time I got to middle school, I convinced Mom to let me transfer from my private school to a public one and wipe out everything about me online, so no one would know about my influential family. I get the bus to school, buy clothes from thrift shops, and prepare my own lunch instead of bringing the gourmet dish the chefs make for me. A perfect normal life. Until Gregory, Mom's so-called boyfriend, showed up. He sticks his big nose in everything. Thanks to him, Mom wouldn't stop nagging at me about my clothing, my trashy public school, or how I gotta stop hanging out with the mediocre kids. Ugh, he is driving me insane. And to top it off, he gave Mom the idea of throwing me a 16th birthday party. I hate attention. Mom knows this. But what Gregory wants, Gregory gets. This could be an opportunity to introduce her to society and gain new associates. It'd be good for her when she takes over business in the future, blah, blah, blah. Poof. Please. The only thing that man cares about is himself and his associates, not mine. In the end, I agreed to a masquerade ball, on one condition. Mom has to stop interfering with who I should or shouldn't hang out with, especially my friends at school. And that brings us to the present. Right when the host announces that it's time for my first dance? Huh? My what now? Ugh. Gregory! I was confusedly looking around to find a partner when suddenly a hand grabbed me. Birthday girl, come dance with me. Ugh, what a creep. Let go! Can somebody help me with this? Suddenly a boy around my age appeared. Oh my. He has the most beautiful gray eyes I've ever seen. Excuse me, sir. I believe the lady has agreed to have her first dance with me. Thank you, handsome stranger. As we danced, I couldn't help but stare dreamily into those gorgeous eyes of his. We were about to leave the dance floor when he whispered in my ear, "Wait here. I'll be right back." Who would have thought a superficial party like this would lead me to my perfect guy? Suddenly, I heard a snapping sound behind me, and as I turned around, my mask fell off. Oh no, a paparazzi cut my mask string. I tried to cover my face with my hands, but it was no use. Luckily, Mum rushed over and hid me behind her. Sorry everyone, but the party's over. We had a great time and hope to see you all again soon. Then she led me back to my room, while the security showed everyone the way out. From that moment on, my ordinary life ended for good. My face was plastered all over the internet as the billionaire Jacqueline Mars' daughter. Now everyone at school is looking at me funny. I don't get it, guys. I'm still the same old Viv. Oh, there my besties are. They would surely have my back, right? But nope. As I approached them, they went ballistic on me, saying how I don't trust them enough to confess about my actual background, so from now on we're no longer friends. This is so unfair. I never asked for any of this. I wipe away my tears, trying to act like nothing happened. Huh? What's this? There's a note lying on top of my books that says, "Hey, it's me, the guy from your birthday party. I'm so sorry for what happened to you. If you need anyone to talk to, text me anytime." Oh, so he's from our school? Wow. Just when I thought no one's there for me, he showed up again. But there's no name, though. Is he still playing this mysterious game? Okay, I'll just call him my masked knight then. From that day on, we texted nonstop. He just gets me. My family situation, my friends, everything. One time, he even secretly slid a Blackpink concert ticket in my bag, since I once told him that I was their diehard fan. Another time, he sent me a gift card to my all-time favorite ice cream store, Ben & Jerry's, just to cheer me up on a bad day. Aww. This ice cream tastes delicious, but I can't help wishing the masked knight was here with me. All I know is he has the most beautiful gray eyes and gorgeous black hair. Oh, speak of the devil.
Hey, I have a surprise for you this Valentine's Day. Hope you're as excited to see me as I am to see you.
Finally, I get to meet the boy I'm crazy about. I can't wait. On Valentine's Day, I was in English staring out of the window and thinking about my masked knight. I wonder what he looks like.
Ladies, I brought your Valentine's roses. Here you go, Viv.
This is it. It's gotta be from him. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a taste of the rose, then come meet me at the pool. X. I quickly unwrapped the candy, popped it into my mouth, then rushed to meet my dream man. Well, where was he? As I tried calling him, the room started to spin. I saw the outline of a blurred black figure, then... Ugh. My head is killing me. Where am I? And whose hand am I holding? Hold on. Those eyes. He must be.
Thank goodness you're awake.
Are you the one?
Who danced with you at your birthday party? In the flesh. I'm Jeremiah, by the way. I had higher hopes for our first face-to-face meeting, but oh well.
Turns out, he always knew I went to the same school as him, but he was a bit intimidated by my family's influence, so he decided to get to know me via text first. He said the cops had found some sort of sleep-inducing substance in my rose candy. Before I could quiz him anymore on this, Mom barged into the room and hugged me. After making sure I was okay, she turned to Jeremiah and said,
"You saved my daughter. For that, I can never thank you enough. Please join us for dinner tomorrow night."
Jeremiah seemed hesitant at first, but then he nodded in agreement. The dinner did not go as planned. Between Mom's blatant interrogating and Gregory's menacing looks, I could sense Jeremiah's discomfort. Then when Jeremiah asked where the restroom was, Gregory insisted on showing him. When Jeremiah returned, he seemed flustered and made his excuses to leave. Grr. What had that annoying Gregory said to him? I quickly followed Jeremiah and apologized, but he just smiled and offered to pick me up for school tomorrow.
The cops haven't found the culprit yet, so from now on, I'll be your guardian.
How sweet. After that, I hung out with him every day. Great, right? Only, somehow it didn't feel the same as when we were texting. Back then we had a deep connection. Now it was just like two friends hanging out. Oh, and not to mention Olivia, Jer's childhood friend who can't seem to leave him alone for more than 2 seconds. One time, Jer and I were at the movies together, but guess who coincidentally appeared and plonked herself down next to him? Yep, Olivia. Worse still, with their giggling and popcorn sharing, I felt like the third wheel. I was not having this again, so I just left for home in this random cab parked outside the theater. But bad luck. The driver doesn't know the way. He doesn't even have a phone, and I had to lend him mine for GPS. The guy snatched it out of my hand immediately. Rude. But wait, it was 9 p.m. already. Why did he still have shades on? And even wore a mask? Right then, I realized the car had passed the town's border. Stop! The car suddenly filled with smoke, and the last thing I thought was, he has eyes that were exactly like Jer's. I woke up finding myself in this old, cobwebby room. Where is this place? And that driver guy? I have to get out of here now. Right at that moment, he came into the room with a smile.
"Don't you recognize me? Will you have another dance with me? 'Cause I'd love that."
What is happening right now? What he just said. Did that mean he's the actual masked knight? Maybe that's why I don't feel connected to Jeremiah. Why did Jer lie to me then? So many questions popped up in my head. Then suddenly I heard a car stop outside. That guy immediately went to check. This could be my chance of escaping. By the time I got downstairs, I saw the driver guy talking to Jeremiah, so I hid behind the door and watched on. Cameron, just stop this. Getting revenge on our father is one thing, but this is a step too far. Take Viv back to her family now and end this. I know this looks bad, but trust me, I'd never hurt Viv. I didn't mean for her to fall into the pool. That's why I jumped in to save her. But I need her as bait to show the world what that jerk Gregory is like. He doesn't deserve to be her father. I muzzled myself in shock. Gregory is their father? And that Cameron guy was the one saving me, not Jer? Don't you forget who abandoned us when Mom had a close brush with death, then took all our business and properties, even our home, leaving us helpless? That jerk deserves all he gets. I was trying to process it all when another car arrived, Gregory's. I quickly hid under the stairs before he walked in with a bunch of bodyguards. Cameron, Jeremiah, my sons, haven't you grown up so fast? Cut to the chase. Give us back the business and what's rightfully ours. Then we'll let your stepdaughter go. Huh, indeed. Like father, like sons. Very smart. But still amateurs, my boys. You see, all that girl is to me is an obstacle blocking my way to the inheritance. So please, be my guest and take care of that little Miss Annoying. Aren't you afraid we'll expose everything you just said? And who's gonna believe you now? Jacqueline is mesmerized by me, so she'd believe anything I say. That snake. How dare he speak of my mom like that? Unable to hold in my rage, I jumped out of my hiding spot and screamed at Gregory. What did you say about my mom? You slimy, lying traitor. Nice talking to you all, but the fun has to end here. Goodbye. The guards lunged forward, about to tie me up when the cops smashed the door coming in, and behind them was Mom! Stop right there! How dare you do this to my daughter? Gregory's face turned paler than a ghost as he mumbled out, Jackie, honey, why you're here? But just in time to save our baby, Vivian. Cut the act. I already heard everything you said, and you're going to jail for a long time. Then the cops led him and took his crook guards away. Seeing Mum, I was so happy I rushed to hug her. Turns out, her investigations of the pool incident led her to Cameron, so when she confronted him, he eventually told her everything. That's how they came up with a plan to catch Gregory red-handed. Mum and the cops had been waiting in ambush around here for Gregory to show up. Then, well, you know the rest. A lot has happened in 3 months. Mum finally finished all the legal stuff, so now the property Gregory had merged with hers to gain her trust is now signed back over to Cam and Jeremiah. I realized that being wealthy isn't a bad thing, especially as it means with influence like this, I can help other less fortunate people and really make a difference. Now I help Mum with her business and her charity work, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm proud of my hard-working, amazing Mum, and I'm proud of who I am. And guess what? I now have real friends who like me for me. As for Jeremiah, well, he apologized about everything. He used to fear his brother was going to hurt me, so he lied to protect me. We made up, of course, and became the best of friends. I'm not sure I can say the same about his brother, though. He did everything he could to beg for my forgiveness, but I just can't. Then one day, Jer asked me to come by his home to visit his mom. She begged me not to think badly of her boys, especially Cameron. He's in love with you, you know? He always talks about you, and how he wishes things would have been different. Oh boy, her words are starting to have an effect on me. When I walked out the door, I saw Cameron sitting on the porch. He turned and looked at me, and I felt my heart pound for my gray-eyed, masked knight. So, taking a deep breath, I walked over to him, just as the sun was setting.